I just do nothing. I just go from like the bed to the couch to the balcony, back to the couch to the bed.
Like I now basically have one room a day I'm not allowed to set foot into, so I can rediscover it the next day.
Yeah, I think you're more lonely than I am right now.
Yes. Dave McNamee. Dave, how is it?
Yeah, life is good. You know, we're living the Spanish dream. We've got the sunshine, we've got the beach, we've got the beautiful cycling roads, and yeah, we're doing absolutely nothing of that right now.
I've seen you quite active. You've been doing it all on the balcony and everywhere. You're on the turbo. You built your own very odd and dangerous looking swimming construct there.
I think that was a mixture of an IKEA stool, some very cheap swim bands that I bought online that I've since broken, and yeah, just a very enthusiastic and bored mind. You have to adapt. To the occasion.
You've got your swimming dialed in. You've got the turbo. I've seen that. Do you have a treadmill, or is it just no running at the moment?
I had one, but it broke. So, yeah, here we had like a 6-hour warning that everything was getting locked down. So I panic bought a €300 treadmill second hand, and I was assured that it had just been recently bought and it would work perfect.
Okay.
And it was okay for about. My first issue was like 14 kilometers an hour was the max speed. And then it was good for about 2.5 weeks. And then it started to sort of basically go on fire one night. Now, no treadmill. There was some balcony strides going on and all that crazy stuff. But very much now, I've just decided I'm going to be a professional cyclist.
I mean, like a lot of swifting going on with a lot of guys. Have you done any races yet online?
Yeah, I did. I raced up Alpe d'Huez. I think I came 45th. It's not too bad. I see that Cameron Worth's doing cycling and triathlon this year. It seems to be the thing to do. I'm assuming there's a professional contract out there somewhere.
I'm 100% convinced. I mean, like you look at Lionel. He's now online bike racing. Cam's obviously doing it in real life. You're hooked on it. I had a chat with Sebi. He's totally game for a triathlete cycling team. So I think we just need to set it up.
No, I think so. I think that will be the race calendar this year.
That will be the race calendar this year. So what's your expectation? Do you think you'll be racing at all this year? Or
when the local sports centre is now a hospital, that's sort of, when you think about that, the thought of racing again this year seems very unlikely.
Yeah, absolutely. Your girlfriend actually has her own business in Spain, right? What's her situation right now?
She makes wedding dresses, so obviously she's not working right now. Those weddings can't go ahead. Thankfully, she's kept herself busy because now she makes face masks for the hospital and for people that need them. I think she's made 400 or 500 face masks over the last couple of weeks. At least she's doing something useful, whereas us being athletes, I don't know, I just feel a bit useless, to be honest.
With all the time at your hands and everything, like, have you guys ever spent that much time together before?
No. It's sort of, yeah, I did Dubai, 70.3 Dubai in February. And when I came home, me and my girlfriend went away for a couple of days just to relax. And during that time, we sat down and she was like, David, I'd love to spend some more quality time together. Like, that's all I want this year, is that we take some time and we spend more quality time together. Because you know what it's like, life as an athlete, you're always busy, tired. You may spend time together, but your head's not really there. Whereas now she's got heaven.
So how much training are you doing now in times like this?
So now that I've become a professional cyclist,
yeah,
I did 20 hours in the turbo last week, which,
all right.
I think is a mixture of, I still like to have structure to the day, so I make sure I cycle every morning. I get bored very easily. And yeah, it's good to still sort of target something. And for me, I don't want to sit around all day watching Netflix. I keep Netflix till like after dinner time. And yeah, it's sort of good. For me, it's for my head more than anything, to be honest.
Do you have sort of like a maximum time you can reach on the turbo before you're like, okay, my head can't do this anymore?
Well, before quarantine, it was 2 hours. My longest ever been 3 hours. But I suppose it shows what happens when all of a sudden your circumstances change completely, in that now I've did a couple of 4-hour bike rides on the turbo, and it's actually been, yeah, it's been fine, because ultimately there's not much else to be doing.
But that's impressive. 4 hours. I've never gotten even close.
Like, I've never been excited to go on a turbo before, and I wake up in the morning getting excited about going cycling on a turbo.
Did you have those thoughts of like, oh man, like I should have done this in this race, or when we're out of this, like this is a race that is now on my bucket list. I don't want to miss out on that.
Except from Hawaii, the greatest experiences has been Roth. And I love to race in Spain. I love the atmosphere in Spanish races. But yeah, I suppose, yeah, what this experience has maybe taught me is to do things that you're passionate about and what you love. I think at times I've sort of chosen the wrong races, because in my head it's been the logical race to do, rather than being that's a race that I want to be. I want to win it. I want to go there and just feel the atmosphere. And I suppose that's the experience of this, has shown me that everything can be changed in a heartbeat. And that was the thing here in Spain. Literally, it was one Saturday night. It was tomorrow morning, everything, state of alarm, everything's shut, outdoor exercise banned. And I think we were all sort of like the first sort of day, like in a bit of a shock, like, no, it can't be true. Like, you see in Italy, people still going out cycling and stuff, and in France, people are exercising. I think it took a good day or two of the reality to really sink in.
It's strange, absolutely. Like even walking to the supermarket, if you don't see the face mask, like it almost feels normal, and then it's like, oh wait, it's not.
I left yesterday to go to the supermarket, and I forgot my face mask, and I felt naughty. I had to go back and get it. I felt like all of a sudden germs were invading me. I had to like literally go back to get my face mask to go to the supermarket again.
I know, it's literally the same feeling like getting on a bike without a helmet or not putting the seatbelt on in the car.
I literally felt like I was walking around naked outside.
It is really crazy. It's weird. But with your experience, like from long distance racing, in a race, you must go through ups and downs and really dark places in your head as well in some of the races when you're digging deep. Is there like things you learned in the races that you now can use for this time as well and say, okay, you know, it's like when I feel like some negative thoughts coming or whatsoever, this is the way I deal with it?
I always try, like in races, I always have the motto of, you never know what's going to happen further down the road.
Okay, yeah.
Even when like I'm going through like a really shit time, and I've had some awful experiences. I've had awful experiences in Hawaii, for example, going along the Queen K, where I've ended up in the podium later on. And those experiences, I suppose, have taught me that along the path are always going to be high points, low points, but there is a finish line to this. This quarantine will happen, and it will finish at some point. There is a finish line. We might not know exactly where the finish line is, because, as you know, they keep on moving it a little bit. But there is a finish line, and getting there will feel incredible.